Did we break out?
Where are we?
Where are we?
It's over here pretty.
It is pretty. Or is that better?
That's better.
That's better. That's better memories anyway, right?
No, I don't know. The first one's pretty good memories.
Yeah, the first one is pretty good memories.
Watch it.
Yeah, but this means we've been married for a long time.
This means we made it.
That's exactly right.
So let's tell them I don't know how to change it.
You just click the little button on.
So
top.
this one?
You gotta actually click where it says it at.
I'm learning technology.
You gotta click right where the play button is.
Oh.
There you go.
This is where we were married.
Yep. This.
Nope.
Is where Jody got sick.
Yeah. That's not a good memory. This is where we got married.
Yep.
On the banks of the Ohio River. We should put up wedding pictures.
Probably.
Maybe not this week. We got married on a water rescue boat that was on the Ohio River. It was docked on the Ohio side at Fernbank Park, if anybody's familiar, on the west side. And someone is supposed to be in bed and is not, and just walked in. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, you're looking for my phone. Why?
So, as we got kids, and one wants the phone,
just a minute,
and Jody has some crazy stuff going on here because I have a green screen here, and it's not working 100% because I don't have enough light in the back. But that being said, we're just going to jump on here and just see what's going on with the world today. How's your world?
Wait, you didn't tell me what the other picture was.
Oh,
so
okay.
This was where we got married. On the Ohio River. And where's the other picture?
It's the one main above that one.
This one?
Yep.
I'm learning. This is where we celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary in the Dominican Republic.
And it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. We should go back there.
And people that know me and heard my story, that happened way out there. Just saying.
I can't believe you told people that story. Now I gotta go back here just so nobody else asks about it.
So,
but yes, to be a family show.
Well, that's why we're not going to talk about that. So,
okay.
But what have you all been doing this week? What has changed in your all's lives? What are you hoping for? What has happened to you?
I need to see Miss Liz.
Do you need a haircut?
My age is showing, Liz.
And my hair is starting to just go bye-bye. I don't know what that's about. I mean, it's still there. You can still feel it.
See the hairline going on.
You can see the hairline going back. I guess she's stressing me out that it's causing it to just not want to come back. But and then it's kind of blonde. Good thing it's blonde and not gray.
It's getting blonder. His hair's getting blonder. Welcome to adulthood. It's Greg. He's younger than me for anybody that missed that earlier.
But
I've been gray for a while.
So I just, I'm not gray yet, but I am ready for the barbershop to open. I mean, I did do the free haircut. She did it last week. If you go check that video out, but it's starting to. I don't like being that way. So
it's a little thin.
It's a little thin, and if I can comb it over, it's a lot better that way. So,
debatable.
But
they don't know maybe that we decided we didn't like the mohawk. Well, I liked the mohawk that we ended with last week when it was sticking straight up. But the problem is we have no product here. I don't know if you can tell. I don't exactly put product in my hair either. So the next day he tried to leave it. He even wetted it down for me and tried to spike it up again. But it just kept, as it would dry, it would just flatten. And so it kind of looked like Jenna said it looked like he had this really thin toupee on top of his head. And it kind of did. So after, on the second day, he just shaved the rest of it off. It was probably a good choice.
Yeah, it was pretty bad off.
Yeah. It was kind of funny.
But it is what it is, It
is what it is.
No comb over.
I agree, Jennifer. I agree.
No comb over. I might have to use a comb over eventually. Either that or if I get like my dad was, I'll just let it get real long on the sides. You know, where
No.
the old
No.
who was that? Hulk Hogan. You know,
No.
go Hulk Hogan. So
High speed, low. I don't know what that means.
where it's up in the top.
Oh. Hi, Cody.
But again, we are just in the great state of Kentucky. Our governor, he keeps changing his mind what he wants to do.
Every day it changes.
One day he says we're going into June and July. And Ohio and Indiana's like, we're starting to open up. And then guess what our governor says? Oh, we're going to think about opening it up. Or what's he say?
Well, it used to be like we have to have 14 days of declining cases before we'll even think about opening up. And then I think it was yesterday, he was like, well, the number of cases is still going up, but we have more tests available, so we're going to move forward.
So
usually flip-flops like every day.
So
whatever. I'm happy that personally, I understand there are different camps on this. I can be respectful of people's opinion. I'm happy that he's moving forward with opening up.
Yeah.
I just have trouble with people who flip flop like that. Personally,
us owning small business, people owning small business,
Billy.
This can be hard on everybody. So our barbershop
Cody,
got fined
I've heard about that.
$500.
That's insane.
So sounds like you might be going walking, dude, and I think it's not a bad thing. So, you know, I think it is something that we need to make sure that we don't lose our rights and our constitutional rights, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But
I know. I just thought of one. Not a constitutional right, but something has to do with the Rona. I never realized how much I touched my face. I just did it.
Yeah, I did too.
I touch my face all the time.
But if you wear a mask, that will make it
before,
better.
And I only notice it now because I'm afraid that other people will be like,
Right.
"Oh, she touched her face." I do it all the time.
California, are you 5 miles away from your home, Billy? Wasn't you supposed to go boating?
California, if you're 5 miles away from home,
turn around.
Oh,
and
so
go
you can't
home.
go more than 5 miles. Now, I will say, I don't like that rule, but I think it makes more sense than the rule that our Kentucky, our governor, tried to put into place, where he said you can't cross state borders. Because here's the thing: where we live, we can be in Indiana in 10 minutes,
Right.
20 minutes. We can be in Ohio in 20 to 30 minutes, and we're not allowed to go there. But I can drive 3+ hours to the other side of Kentucky, and that's fine. And so that doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's no like magical virus wall at the state border that keeps it from traveling.
And most of the people in northern
So
Kentucky,
that at least is logical to me, Billy. Even though I don't agree with it, I can at least understand the logic. But this idea that there's like some magic line at the state border that's going to keep infections from spreading, but we can travel 3 hours away within the same state, to me, that's just, I don't get it.
it's a little loco.
I went live about that sign.
Yeah, we've seen that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did.
I took Facebook off my phone again. It was stressing me out.
Build a wall. That'll do it.
The Kentucky wall. Oh, goodness. Oh, about that. So the federal judge said that was unconstitutional, so we're allowed to go to other states now.
Yeah.
But prior to that, his attorneys did at one point basically threaten that they could put tanks at the border if they wanted to. It's good to know. That's where we live right now.
This is where we went scuba diving. I went scuba diving
Was this
right
Jamaica?
here. No, this wasn't Jamaica.
Oh, this was the DR?
This is the DR, and I went scuba diving in here. Jody didn't go scuba diving.
I was supposed to go scuba diving.
The ride to the island that we was going to was a little rough. On the way back, it was even.
No, I did go. I went the first dive.
That's right. You did the first
and it's
dive.
still, so if anybody dives and gets motion sickness, like me, usually the cure is to get into the water. Once you get under the water, you don't have the motion sickness anymore. And this is the first time that did not work for me. I was like sick as a dog the entire dive. I thought I was gonna vomit into my regulator, which would probably not be good. I've never done that. It probably wouldn't be good. And so I sat out the next dive. We got me to shore, and I sat on a beautiful beach in the Dominican Republic.
And I went diving on my second dive.
Happy anniversary, we're sorry. It was really nice.
It was a lot of fun, though.
It was.
I enjoyed it very much.
Constitutionalist and sovereignist. So,
but I don't know. This one here was a lot of fun.
I'm trying to read the comments, and I know we've been told there's kind of a delay between when we see the comments and we read them. So
yeah, I didn't even see that
one. That head,
I did.
Yep.
I did.
Baldy. Dramamine does not. That doesn't do crap for me. I have to have the patch. Is the only thing that works. And I didn't have enough for the flight and the boat ride, so I decided to chance the boat ride.
There wasn't
and
a good
I threw
chance.
up on the way back to the.
She wasn't the only one either. It was pretty rough on the way back. The boat was standing straight up and down, going through the
I don't
waves.
even know that. I was just hanging off the side. It's great. It's a good time. Anyway, it was a really good trip. I highly recommend. Well, I don't know what they're doing now right now. What's the situation in the DR? So it's a beautiful country, and the people, everyone we met on our trip there was super nice. But also, we actually know some people personally who are from the Dominican Republic, and they're just it's a beautiful country and beautiful people. And go when you can, are allowed. I don't know what the deal is.
So, what's your all's plan for Mother's Day this weekend? Jody's plans have just went blown right out of
Everything
the water.
I tried, just
tried to send her mama flowers. Won't
picked
send.
out an arrangement on it. They sent me an ad because, unfortunately, for other reasons, we've had a lot of funerals in the past few months, so we've sent a ton of flowers. So I'm now on their mailing list to get their ad. Picked out this beautiful arrangement for my mama. So I go on their website. It's not available. That's great. So then I'd pick out another one and go to send it. They can't do it on Mother's Day. They can't. Nope.
They can for my mama.
I can pay for $15 extra. I can get it. I can guarantee it there on Saturday, but not on Sunday at all. And it's just the little things, but I'm getting a little irritated because every little thing I try to do to make Mother's Day nice just keeps getting thrown back in my face. I don't know. I'm thinking God's trying to teach me something. I just ain't got it yet.
Haven't figured out what he's trying to teach you yet. But yeah, we.
What are your frustrations? Maybe I was frustrated. Today was the first day for me. I really wanted to go out to dinner, not because I didn't want to cook. I have those days all the time, but like I just really wanted to go out and like sit at a sit-down restaurant and have a nice dinner with my family out at a restaurant. And it's actually the first time in, what are we on now, 7 weeks, that I just really, really, really wanted to do that. And so I was really, really, really happy about the fact we could do that. And it is what it is. So I told him he was in charge of dinner, so he had it delivered. It was great. But what about you guys? Is there anything that, like, it just kind of hits you one day? You're like, man, I really wish I could whatever, I don't know.
And
go to work. Go to the
who's not working? Is there anybody that's not working that has gotten laid off? And if you got laid off, have you gotten your unemployment checks? All that kind of thing. This can be a tough time right now for some people. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. The money, money, money."
Just open back up. That's
you know,
nice, Billy.
It is. You know, it isn't about the money. You just click on hit right on his face.
Learning on his face.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. The Starbucks. That's awesome.
That it isn't about the money. You're right. It's not about the money, but it's about people's livelihood. You know, if you say it's not about the money, then this is what I want you to do. The last 7 paychecks, I want you to give every bit of money. Go donate it to that person that you're saying it's not about the money. And when you can't live on it and you're broke,
or you're not willing to do it,
and you're not
because
willing
it's
to do
gonna
it,
affect your family and your ability to feed your family or pay your mortgage or whatever, then
shut up. That's what I'm going to tell you.
I was going to be nicer about it.
Shut up, because you know
it's not about the money, but it is.
It is about money because there's a lot of people out here.
And puts food on your table and puts a shelter over your head and takes care of your kids. And so no, it's not about the money in like a greedy, let's make money sort of way, but it is about the money, and that's how you take care of people. And now we're starting to see it where like Ohio just announced because of the shutdown and everything, they're going to have this huge shortfall, as are most, if not all, states. And the cuts are going to come to Medicaid and the education department. So what do you think that's going to do to people?
It
is about the money.
And
it's
that
not
is
about
the
the money,
thing,
but it is.
that the unemployment is there. But the problem of it is that the unemployment is so old and outdated. It don't know how to handle going from 3% going up to 30. Yeah. What was Kentucky?
And Kentucky's 30, right at 30%. It's like
30%. And we're the highest percentage of everywhere, almost in the country. And we're the highest.
It is the highest percentage of
and so
our
what do you think you think our state employees in the government with the system is going to be able to handle that?
To handle it.
No. And all it takes is if you have one thing that is wrong, you're screwed. You know, we knew people that their name was spelt different or something was just one number off, And guess what? It's
Okay.
not like you can call them and say,
So
"Hey,
overwhelmed with
hey,
phone
mister,"
calls.
because you won't get in. So, it is something that is, these people's livelihoods are at stake. Mental health is going to be a big issue coming up. And so
I said weeks ago, I think May is going to be like kind of the breaking point, just because from a mental perspective, God didn't make us to live in isolation, and online talking is not the same as in-person interaction. Even for us introverts, it's not the same. And I thought May was going to be about the breaking point. I think we're seeing it. I think we're starting to see it. I think it's going to get worse.
And I said it from the beginning, and we're starting to see it. We will see more people go from mental health issues, whether it's suicide, overdose, whatnot, than we will from the coronavirus. So,
Anyway, that got real serious.
It did, but that's all right. Jody about done with it. She's over with it. I've been posting everything about stupid stuff, so
everything is true.
Absolutely. If it's on Facebook, it's true, right?
Both sides. It's all
both sides. I mean, it don't matter.
Both sides. It's all true.
If you see it on Facebook, it's true. I mean, obviously, if you see it on Facebook, it means it hasn't been taken down yet by the Facebook gods. So that means it has to be true at that point. So everything. So Jesus does love you too.
He does.
And if it's
I
on
thought about
Facebook,
that today. I could talk about that for a minute.
Yeah,
Jesus loves you. I was thinking about that today because I think a lot of us are, and I'm saying I think this because of posts that I've seen other people make. Posts I've posted it. I've kind of felt like this about certain things that nobody cares. Nobody cares. I know people. I've seen people say that those of us who do want it to open it, but we just don't care. We don't care about everybody else's health and safety. But I also kind of feel the other way that people who are saying, "Oh, just keep it locked down," that you don't care about the people who lost their jobs, and you don't care about the people who can't put food on the table, or the people that can't get other medical procedures done because everything's shut down. Like, it does feel as though people don't care, and that kind of leads to a feeling of isolation, and that kind of feeds into the isolation. I was thinking about it, and I need to remember that, number one, I think people do care. I think everybody cares to an extent, but what we care about changes, right? God didn't call us all to care about the same things at the same time, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean you need to belittle and insult the other people. Like, I lost my train of thought. But just we're called to care about different things, and so care about what you care about, and care about those people or those causes, and do that. Have grace to the other people. Doesn't mean they don't care at all. It's just they've been called to care about something different than you, and that's okay too. But then also, I think we need to remember that God cares about all of us. That even if it feels like nobody cares for you, it feels like your governor doesn't care about you. It feels like he doesn't understand me, and he doesn't care. Honestly, quite frankly, I feel like our leaders don't really care right now about our situation. But God cares, and that's what we should hold on to. And so I need to, it's probably one of the reasons I deleted Facebook, because I need to do a mental check and a heart check and get those voices out of my head and get the right voices in my head. So anyway, that was kind of a ramble, but thanks for posting that, Billy, because that's probably what we needed to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Jesus loves you too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Ohio River again.
Mm-hmm. We were so young.
Not really.
Not really.
Young at heart.
I was 30 when we got married. This seems like a long time ago, though.
Hi from
Camden Home.
But
say your Alabama Facebook word.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that is. You say it, because I don't know what that is, Billy.
So
say your Alabama Facebook word.
But
what else is going on? The girls are still taking writing lessons. That's been a blessing.
Oh, they canceled all soccer.
Oh yeah, soccer is officially
done
until fall. Fall's still kind of up in the air, but it's officially canceled. That was a tough talk. So if you have younger ones, and I'm going to say especially in the teen to preteen ages where they're learning how to handle things, I mean all ages, but I just feel like those are especially sensitive years. Jen and I had a really, long talk the other day after word came out that not only is soccer canceled, but her head coach, whom she has been with since she was 7, is not going to be coaching her team anymore. And so even, if soccer does resume in the fall and we go back and everything, it's going to be very, very different as he's playing with the background. So we had a really long talk. There were a lot of tears shed, and she is kind of struggling with the idea. I think in her mind, we were kind of on pause, and whenever it opened up, things would just go back to how things were before. And so she's just now kind of realizing and coming to terms with the fact that it's not going to be the same. It's going to be very different. Some because she's getting older, some things that we're going to change anyway, and some things because of the shutdown. But it's been really hard for her to realize that, like, some of the activities that she's done in the spring, she's not going to do in the fall. But it's not going to be there, or we're going to choose to do something different. Some of the coaches or teachers or friends that she had aren't going to be there, even if we are doing that activity. In some cases, she'll be the kid that's not there anymore. And that it was kind of a hard hitting realization for her, and she's doing all right with it, but it was a long conversation, and the idea that mommy and daddy don't have control over it. Like, she would say, well, what if you just did this? What if you just talked to somebody? What if you talked to this person? What if you didn't? It's like, honey,
there ain't no talking.
There ain't no talking to anybody. Like, it's out of our control. Even down to her, for her age in soccer, they're moving to a bigger field in the fall. I don't want to move to a bigger field. Well, honey, that's just how. Well, since we miss spring, can't you just talk to them?
Nope.
That's not how that works, and I think for a child to realize that your parents don't have control, that there's nothing they can do either. I think that she's, kind of struggling with coming to terms with that and realizing that. So if you have kids, talk to them, just kind of be there for them and help them. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find Uncle Billy a Tank picture.
Oh, Tank. I wasn't reading.
But you can keep talking now.
I can keep talking while you look for a picture. Tank is our puppy. He is 7 months old, and I'm going to say 100 to 110 pounds. He is a Great Pyrenees Anatolian Shepherd cross. He is our goat. Oh, this is me. A baby goat. Oh, it's not up there yet.
No,
are you putting it up there?
I'm gonna try to. If it'll do it, I don't know if it'll work.
I don't. Sorry. Now we have to because we're talking about it. Tank is my horse's name. That's awesome. That's awesome. He's about the size where Jillian rides him. So that's me with Margaret on my back. That's our little baby goat. She's not so little anymore. Chief is the dark dog behind me, and Tank is trying to bite Chief's leg, and that's why his head's kind of done funny. But yeah, Margaret now will climb on you and jump on you, and not even when you're bent over. Like, I can sit up straight and she'll jump on my shoulder. It's kind of funny. That's a good Tank picture. Do that one.
I don't know if it'll show up.
Oh, sorry. We did have, some of y'all like to hear dog stories. So our dogs, especially Tank and Ashes, the other big white one, are guardian breeds. That's what they're made to do, is to protect. Chief is a hunting breed, which was by accident, but that's okay. He's a good dog. But the other day, I still don't know why, attacked one of the goats.
Yeah, that didn't show up.
It didn't show up. We got a new toy, so we're figuring out how it works. So Chief, that dark dog there, attacked Sugar, the goat mama. Don't know why. I saw it happen. Don't know why. I mean, she wasn't doing anything. She jumped on the porch and he went after her. But it didn't last long, because in a split second, Tank had Chief by the neck and pinned to the ground. Which is, for Tank, that's awesome. That's exactly what you want him to do. If something is going after his goat, you want him to take it down. And he did. I don't know why Chief did. Usually he's the best one with the goats. He tries to sleep with them in the stall at night. I have a picture somewhere of him curled up around Margaret. Like, he's usually so gentle and so good with them. So I don't know what happened. But he was bad, and Tank was very good and did what he was supposed to do.
But But
We're
yeah,
being so random tonight.
I know it. We just hanging out. We're
so
Jody's had a
random
kind of a
today.
poopy day today.
I did have a poopy day today.
I had a very productive day. I've gotten a bunch of videos done for my
I did
pressure
not
washing
get very much done today.
stuff, and so I'm actually happy that I got a lot of stuff done.
I was supposed to get all that done.
And Jody has been in a poop mode, so
I'm tired.
and sometimes you just have that. And so this is our big baby tankers right here.
And he's still a puppy. He's huge, but he's so
he
still
wants
a
to be a
puppy.
lap dog. He probably weighs what 150 pounds.
I'm thinking at 100 to 110 now.
Yeah, he weighs quite a bit.
He might be more than that.
But
yeah, he's a big boy, and he's a baby.
That one might actually show up better. But yeah, he's a monster. His paws are.
He's huge.
And he's like a big fluff ball. He's just fluffy. It's funny because he's not like our other dog.
Mm-hmm. So this is totally random, but since we're being random today, so Tank, I told you it's a Great Pyrenees Antilles mix. So they're big dogs, and they're working dogs, and he is not neutered yet, and we are undecided if we're going to. Planned on it. Went to the vet. This is our little story. And we have a new vet that then, well, I feel like it's becoming a longer story. I've taken my cats to this vet. Why don't you have electricity? Billy needs to be on here with us because he just has a conversation with us as we go.
I get electricity tomorrow. You mean you're getting in a house? Because it's not like he lives in a house. I wonder, he's supposed to go boating. And so I wonder if he's going boating. Oh no, he gets electricity because Starbucks is opening up, and that's where he's got to go get his electricity from.
Is that it? Is that it? But we need to have. We'll do it. We got to do a split screen with Billy one day.
Yeah, Billy, you'll have to come on with us.
That's Jason's brother.
Yeah.
And he's in. Are you in California now?
San Francisco.
Somewhere out west. Hotel room.
Oh.
There it is. All right. All right, so anyway, back to my story about Tank. So he's not neutered. I took him for his shots and everything, whatever. We moved the dogs. Our dog, for some reason, I don't even know how this started. It started because when we got together, he had dogs and I had cats. And we went to different vets. And for some reason, they just always stayed at different vets. Well, now we have them all at the same vet. So it's a new vet for the dogs. My cats have been going there before Jason. Anyway, so when I took Tank way back before the shutdown. I got his shots and everything, and I asked about neutering, making an appointment to neuter him. And they said, "Oh, we won't do it." I was like, "That's weird." And they said for working dogs, especially the big breeds, they don't do it before 1 to 2 years of age. I thought this is really interesting. And so they were saying how it affects, they need the hormones to affect their bone and joint development. And so they actually they basically were like, if you really, really, really insist that we do it, we'll do it. But we really, really don't like to do it because it will have a negative impact on their bones and joints. And what I find interesting about that is Ashes, which is different from a different farm, but the same cross as Tank. So a working dog, large breed. And that we did have her spayed when she was probably 10, 12 weeks old. Pretty young. And she's the one with premature arthritis. She's 6 years old, and her arthritis is really bad. I mean, that's why we got Tank so we can retire her. She limps constantly. She's already on prescription medication. It's pretty bad. So it does kind of raise my eyebrows that maybe that's what happened to her. Maybe that other vet should not have, or at least should have given me the option, should have told me. I would hope they knew that was a possibility. So I'm usually all very pro spay and neuter, and we may do it. They actually suggest if he's well contained, which he is with the fence, as you can kind of see in the background there, they actually suggest for working dogs a lot of times, especially the males, to not do it because they do grow bigger and stronger, which God forbid he ever actually has to do his job. We want a big, strong, giant dog. So I don't know. That's kind of a random, interesting story, but because we're being random now,
yeah,
why not?
We didn't really have I asked Jody, I'm like, what are we going to talk about tonight? And it was like, I don't know.
I was just in a mood all day. Sorry. Probably shouldn't have come on.
Oreo's been over here doing stupid stuff. That's why me and her keep looking over this way, because the other time he was just looking over and like, I didn't do nothing. So he's a weirdo cat.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't walked in front of the monitor yet.
He
likes
usually
to
does.
do that
Yeah.
too. So
bigger question is, where's Tucker?
he was sleeping out by the couch. But we was just hanging out, just seeing. We've been on here 30 minutes.
Have we really? Talking about nothing. How much SH for roof wash? That's the other channel.
Yeah, that's the other channel. If you want to
Wrong
learn
channel.
how to start a pressure washing business, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/training and I will hook you up. Actually, Jody was talking to some of her friends. Was talking.
They like pressure washing so much they were talking about doing it as a side business. And I was like, well, I know they were kind of joking, but I was like, by the way, we actually teach that for a living. So,
what y'all's plan for this week?
Right on cue.
What y'all's plan for this week? What's
our plan for this week?
Our plan for this week is a bunch of...
Jill's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, Jill's birthday will be, what, Friday?
Her birthday's Saturday.
Saturday. She'll be a big old 6 years old.
6 years old.
Growing up. She lost her front tooth, like this one, and she's got a big gap anyway, and so looks like she's missing 3 teeth.
And the other one's about to come out. So she's going to have... oh yes, we did. She's
gonna have no front teeth here coming shortly, so it is something that is not something but before it came out, she was crying every time she touched anything.
So you know how it gets loose, but it won't come out. It hurt.
And so she finally came out. Now it's just I need to get some pictures.
I was gonna say, do you have a picture of her before?
I don't think I have.
And we could show them how big the gap is now.
Yeah.
So the gap in her front teeth was about the size of a tooth. It's actually people would come up to her sometimes and think that she had lost one of her front teeth.
She'd already lost it, but she hasn't.
But she hadn't. So now she's lost one of the big front teeth, and so now her gap is pretty sizable, and the other one is loose. And I really wish we could get her into the dentist. They, I called last week. They're not open yet, or not taking patients yet. Anyway. Not urgent issue patients, but she has since we're being random, the reason she has a gap, like Jenna has a little gap, it's just like a normal gap. Jillian's, the reason it's so big is her frenulum, that little thing that connects your lip to your gums, is actually so low that it comes down in between her teeth, and so that forces the teeth apart. And so they told us we'll need to snip it at some point, and that'll close it somewhat. And then, depending on how bad it is, she may need braces when she gets older. But anyway, so I really wish we could get her into the dentist, because I think the gap has been widening. I know it has, because not only we noticed it, like my mom had noticed it and that. But I really wish I knew somebody to pressure wash.
I know it. Look
That's
how nasty that stuff is.
But anyway, I think it's because the new teeth coming in are bigger, and I think it's pushing them even wider. So I really think she needs to be seen, but that's not going to happen for a while. She's cute. There's a goat on my head.
She was having a ball with that too. Don't show them stuff very bad, but yeah, that's what our goal is. And
what goal? We didn't say anything about a goal.
I know our goal is not to kill each other.
Oh, you're fine on that. You leave every few days. He asked me the other day if he was ever, going to quit the firehouse and be home all the time, what would I do? And I told him I'd take more girls' trips.
That's right. She can take more girls' trips.
More girls' trips.
Her and the kids can go somewhere. Her and the girls.
That is not more women's trips.
Can go somewhere. And I'll have the whole house to myself. That sounds awesome.
That is not what I meant by that. That is not what I meant by that. Lisa's ready to come with me.
Lisa said yes on taking the girls.
No, I don't think so, because Lisa's trying to talk me into homeschooling her kids. I did it once, so people don't know that. So we run ideas all the time. We are just always coming up with ideas. And there was a building in our town here that I really wanted to buy, and we were actually talking about starting up not really a school, it was like an educational place.
Right.
Basically kind of like a school, but it would offer like classes for like homeschoolers and stuff. Take them all. But then I decided I don't want to run a school, so sorry, Lisa, no. But yeah, we did talk about that for a while, and then somebody else bought the building, and
It's still sitting there.
it's still sitting there. I haven't done anything to it.
Yep, that's right. But well, I guess we're done rambling.
Yeah, I should probably go make sure the kids are in bed because I'm pretty sure they're not.
I might have to find me some backlighting because this is what causing this little thing in between us. There's no light, not enough light back right here. Yeah. So
we got a green screen.
If we don't
can you take the picture off so they can see?
Well, I can take the picture off.
This
is what it looks like behind us right now. If I don't have that, so we see your head's putting a shadow back on that screen, and that's right where that.
Right. You're right because it's gonna be my head. It
goes right
look
up
at that Cinco de Mayo.
Yep. So all them people not making no money. Lots of money.
I did hear
saved right. Lots of money being saved right now. You did hear what?
Oh, my niece Maddie. She posted something about the Mexican restaurant they tried to order, and they were so booked up they couldn't get Mexican tonight. So that's a good thing for those restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something else.
I wonder if you can order beer from the restaurants.
I was wondering about that because I know in Ohio, somebody from Ohio comment on here, you can get drinks now, right? From the restaurants delivered or takeout. And I don't know in Kentucky.
I don't know
what the rule is because I've seen my friends have posted pictures of their margaritas. So I know you can in Ohio. I don't know. In Kentucky, if they change it. And my friends are also asking that they keep that after this is all over. I don't know. Makes more sense than people drunk driving or something, right?
Yep.
Agave and Hebrew, you can get margaritas to go. I don't know if I've ever been to the restaurant. So you can. But the point being,
I don't know if we've been to that one, but we've been to the one.
Or maybe you can't, and they're doing it anyway.
Right.
I don't know. Good for them. I don't know. That's great. Acapulco. I do enjoy Acapulco.
What's your favorite Mexican restaurant around here? Mine is Rio Grande.
Yeah. We went there all the time when we were dating.
Yeah, and it used to be the old Acapulco.
Yeah, they all switched buildings.
And now the Acapulco, I don't care for it so much. I like Rio Grande better.
It's all good.
It's
all good food. Brown bag flu. I don't know what that means.
No.
Oh, now I do. You're taking drinks in your brown bag, right?
Yeah.
And then you get drunk and sick or whatever. That's pretty funny.
Uncle Paul.
So we haven't seen him in a while.
No, we haven't.
We should probably check on him.
Yeah, probably. But I think we've lost a lot of people.
We have lost a lot of people.
We're down to 3 people now. So
it's all good.
When we first started this, we're only going to do 15, 20 minutes, and that is it.
Talking.
And it's screw it.
I mean, what else are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you're so bored watching us, I mean, what else are you going to do? You're going to do nothing?
I will say, though, are y'all really actually bored? Because I'm going to be honest. I am not bored. I see these posts of oh, we were so bored. We made a fort out of cardboard and did this. And I'm like, I mean, maybe it's because we're homeschooling and stuff. And I'm trying desperately to reorganize our kitchen. It's a work in progress. But I'm not bored. That's not. I want to go places, but I'm not bored.
You just want to get out of here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm bored, but I do want to get out. Bored, no. Lonely, yes.
I think a lot of people are.
Same. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, you can do stuff online. It is not the same. If you think it's the same being online with people, then I kind of feel sorry for you because I feel like that means you have no personal connections in real life. And I don't mean that to sound insulting or mean, but I'm not saying you to anybody in particular, but I have heard people say oh, well, you can just have meetings online. You know, you can just talk to your friends online, and you can just see your grandparents online, and you can just like it's no big deal. Just do everything online. Go to church online. It's no big deal. But it is a big deal. Like that's not. I agree, Lisa. It's not even close. And I think those people are trying to minimize. I think maybe they're trying to be helpful. Like, hey, like think positive. Like that you still get to see people. So I kind of get the intention, I hope, because if you really think it's the same, then I'm going to be honest, I almost feel sorry for you, because I think then you must be missing some real interpersonal connections in your regular life.
And you saying that, Jenna and I went to the park yesterday, and there was right up by the little shelter, there was like 4 little old ladies sitting in the chairs around just to probably get some interaction,
right.
just to get.
So like all spread out around.
And some of them wasn't, but you know, who cares? I'm not a snitch. They're going.
Maybe they were in the same house. 6 you don't know.
Pretty sure they didn't, but
we don't know. We don't know, because we have a family that we have a lot of friends with larger families, and one of them said the other day that every time they go to the park, they get dirty looks, like they're not social distancing. You know what? Mind your business. They have a big family. They're all from the same house. They don't do anything wrong. We've had other friends to go to the stores, you know, back when hoarding was kind of a big concern, and they have big families, and they're buying half of what they would normally buy, and people would actually make comments to them about hoarding. No, mind your business. Some people's situations are different than yours. Like, you don't know if they're from the same household, or if they have a big family, or they're just, or if they don't get that interaction, they're going to go home and hang themselves. And no, I am trying to be dramatic about that, but it happens. So just mind your business. Online people know, but that's true. That is true. People know a lot about you.
They do.
They think they know a lot about it.
Right.
Where's your stack of toilet paper? I don't have any. We've got about 5 rolls left. I always keep a little bit extra on hand, so I've only had to buy it once so far. But that I had to get a little 4-pack of the off-brand, so we are down to about 5 rolls. That's all right. I think it's starting to come back from what I'm seeing. Now we're running out of meat. The ghost ate it. No, this is who eats our toilet paper.
Yeah, he does. He's like,
he
not
does.
Me. I don't do that.
And I'm not just talking about, I know you've probably all seen the videos of the toilet paper rolls and the cats play with it. No. He'll rip it out of the package and chew it and spit it out. And when I say he does it, I don't mean a little bit. I mean like half the roll has been shredded. And yes, he's done it once since this whole thing began. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to rant about the cat. Oh, the goats, the cat. He's insane.
He is insane.
But he's a good cat. Everyone's been crazy.
And
killed a really big spider the other day, so I call that earning their keep. He earned it. Tucker. Sorry, drink on the edge. Tucker earned his keep for life right after we'd moved in here.
Mm-hmm.
This house had sat empty. It was a foreclosure. This house had sat empty for a couple years. So we had a lot of bugs and some mice and some other things. And one day I woke up and Tucker had killed a snake inside our house. And I don't mean a little baby snake. I mean, what did you say, about 2 to 3 feet long? Mm-hmm. This was like a decent sized snake inside the house. But Tucker had already killed it. So Tucker earned his keep for life with that one. Good thing, because he needs all the help he can get now.
Yeah, he's blind, deaf.
I don't know, something's been going on. Like, he's been blind for a couple months, but all of a sudden it's gotten worse again, where like he's running into walls and he can't find me even when I call him. Like I'll be over here calling him and he'll walk this way.
Burn it down.
Burn it down. Don't tempt me, Lisa. Oh, that was our only indoor snake.
Yeah.
We've had other outdoor snakes. We should probably go.
All righty. Well, thank you all for watching.
Thanks for
hanging out with us.
I say we had good talking and hanging out tonight. Thanks for talking to us.
We
come back next week and talk to us again. We're lonely. Or I am anyway. He goes to the firehouse every few days. His life hasn't changed too terrible much.
No. Get to go there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay,
see you
bye.
all next week. Have a good week. If you need anything, let us know.